Hi guys, so before I do this, there is something that you need to know, right? So I'm not claiming here that I'm taking off the whole adhesive, but just like everything in life, sometimes things don't fall exactly into a black or white category. Like there's areas of gray. So I do need to tell you this just because, I don't know, call it my mummy kind of vibe, mum vibe, which is always, just be cautious, do your research, don't take things for face value, and just ask a professional. I'm not a tooth professional, I'm a skincare professional, and I just so happen to, because of that, fall into doing other things like the teeth whitening. I apply tooth gems, I do a lot of other artistically inclined things, but that obviously does not make me a tooth enamel expert by any means, and this video is not claiming that I am. I'm going to give you and break down those facts really quickly. You must be able to visibly see the glue protruding. So you need to be able to have a surface that is, away from the tooth, and that glue needs to be able to be high enough that you could take some pliers. So if the glue is flat on your tooth, you don't want to try to remove it, because think about the logic in that. You're going to be actually pressing harder onto the tooth, and you're going to be scraping, aren't you? So maybe I'll do a little diagram here. But just like so many estheticians, or just anyone who's a creative, or a person who likes to solve problems, we're called humans, and we like to sometimes up the ante in problem solving. I'll give you the example. So let's just say, for the sake of it, that this is the tooth and this is the gem, right? Just for the purpose of the diagram. Now, what I'm going to say here is we've got our tooth and the gem has fallen. Hey, baby.
Can you help me cut?
Sure. Okay, I certainly will. Can you give mummy just a quick second? I'm just finishing up a diagram. All right, and then I'm going to be right with you. All right, so let's say that you want to remove the tooth gem. Guys, I'm going to have to hurry up. So what I'm saying is you can use the tweezers, or what those pliers, to actually remove this. Or if, in my case, like the tooth gem actually fell off, so let's say realistically this would be the glue. So it's not as big as the tooth gem, but your glue might be that size, or even your glue might be this size. What I'm saying, there has to be some elevation. You don't want to have this being your tooth and this being the glue, because then to remove it, you're going to run the risk of having to apply more force. Remember, I am not a dentist, so I am just using what I feel is common sense logic to describe this. I'm coming, sweetheart. I'm coming. And hopefully that does make sense to you. If it doesn't, leave some comments down below. And yeah, baby, I'm going to come and get it. I'm going to solve problems. You're going to constantly be thinking outside the box, aren't you? Because that's just human nature. We were born into things we had to fix and come up with and solve so that we can get answers and our lives could be better. And many of us, just for the pure sheer creativity and the fact that we like to look good, will just do some insane things. But I don't think this is that insane. Me personally, I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, so I think it borders on completely doable. You just, like anything, have to use your own discretion, discernment. And I think I say it because I'm taking also a little bit of scientific principles that I know as an ex-nail artist. There is a certain level of pressure that you can apply to anything with enough grip to use the sharpness and remove glue. That's a scientific fact. But that's about as much science as I'm going to put in here today. The rest is just pure curiosity. But basically, if you're in a situation like myself where you want to reapply your tooth gem because like the top parts come off, but you don't want to completely do it on the tooth, which I'll show you, not the tooth, sorry, but just like, you know, that gray area where the, can you see here? It looks like a tooth gem, but guys, it's not. So I did some research and I saw these pliers that the orthodontic doctors use to remove the glue from the braces. Personally, I thought that was a little bit too much for me. I will put a video on how that, like I'll put an insert in the video of how that looks. But I do have these little nail things here. Okay. Okay, it's not coming off. All right, so okay, there you go. Oops, where's the camera? You can't even really see it. It's like, it's there. All right, I'm gonna give up, guys. I'm not really, I'm gonna get, can you see it? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Here, I'm just gonna pop it on my hand. It's so small, you see? Right, guys, see that? There you go. So all I've done is given myself a clean slate. I will not front right now and say that by any means assume that any dental professional is going to say that my tooth in its entirety is completely buffed. Like, I'm not a dental professional and I myself can okay, so that is personally for me how far I feel safe to go. So what I can share with you is there is still a little bit of glue, and I feel that I probably could scrape a little bit more off and be in a safe zone, but it's just a feeling. I'm not sure. I don't want to push that button. I'm going to have that dentist do that professional buffing. But so let's just say you're in a situation like I was and you are okay, you understand, you are of sound mind, and you know that you're not completely removing everything off. You're only removing perhaps the Swarovski crystal, or perhaps you're just moving a buildup of adhesive. You have to have that common sense to know that you're not going to be like a dental hygienist. You are not going to be able to buff it down to its complete smooth entirety. That is a professional's job. I still am a firm believer when it comes to teeth, you don't play around. It's like, if you think about your nail bed, there's a certain amount of where is it? There's a certain amount of experience that a nail technician has where they can literally, you know, take the glue up, right? And they can also drill over the nail bed. And for example, I used to do nails. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can completely make the nail bed bleed. But if you do know what you're doing, you can bring that glue up and boom, you're gone. You're done. So it's all good. Basically, I feel like I have way more experience in removing nail glue than I do in removing adhesive bonding dental brace orthodontic glue from the tooth. I know that because I'm not living an illusion and I'm not trying to tell you that I've got it down pat. But let's think about just science and the principle of force. And with that being said, that's how I got into making what I think is like a calculated, smart, as well as a personal decision. I took these little beautiful things that we use in the nail field And I said, let me take that principle, but be careful. Be careful. I'm going to try it just a little more. Guys. Guys. That's as far as I'm going. You know. I'm done. I feel like it's pretty much almost gone, to be honest. But I can feel a little something. And in my own personal opinion, I'm not going to push it anymore. I think it would be really simple and easy. Matter of fact, I know it's going to be super easy and super simple for that to be cleaned up by a dentist. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's like, it's sad. Okay, let me not put myself down. Let me just call it what it is. I'm a human. We're humans. And sometimes we do get a little bit of an adrenaline rush when we have mastered something or we have a problem solved. And I think that's just where I'm at. I am not delusional to think that the whole thing is completely like a dentist. I am not a dentist. I'm not a hygienist. But I have solved a problem, in my opinion. And it was bothering me. It was like just sitting there, and I would have to have waited for my next appointment with the hygienist to have it taken off. Or that would have been a choice. I could have just gone in, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to save a little bit of money. I don't think there's any harm in that. And so guys, these nail clippers, I do use them also.
To cut things.
You can use them.
You keep yapping them.
I'm telling you, Mommy's goofy. All right, clumsy. Mama's clumsy. All right, so guys, these hair, I want to say you can buy 4 of them for under $15. They are super sharp. Super sharp. I love them. I use them for multiple purposes, for my nail cuticles. And now, quite clearly, if ever I have an emergency where I just need to remove a little bit, just a little bit, I can feel safely assured that the sharpness is enough, if not too much pressure, but just an exactness that I could just clip, right? And that I could remove the majority of my tooth gem glue. With that being said, remember, I know I keep reiterating it. Maybe it's just like because I know there's going to be that one person out there who won't listen and is really going to go in hard and try and yank everything. Don't do that. Guys, remember, we're just trying to get us to a place where it went from having something to nothing, right? So you should be able to feel comfortable that you've removed it enough to be able to get it. Okay, I'm gonna go get you something to drink. All right, quickly, I'll leave in the description box below my Amazon link. Guys, I am an affiliate, an Amazon affiliate. So I appreciate it. Every time you click that link, I get a minute, not large, but it's, hey, look, beggars cannot be choosers. I get something. So if you would use that link to purchase these particular cuticle nail removers, which you're going to now because you've watched this video, now use to remove any additional adhesive, orthodontic glue. I really need to get to the point, don't I? And just basically tell you, please, Maya, 1 minute, honey, and just tell you to buy from my link, please, because it obviously helps me to be able to feed the babies and make more videos. Because I'm not coming back for anything more. So I need to say whatever I have to say and get it out now. What more do I need to ask? And my next video coming out is going to talk around the field of our feminine areas. I am going to discuss everything from the skin down to toning the muscle, down to hair and beautification. So I'm really excited to do that. I will be doing it in a tasteful manner. Nonetheless, remember, I've always told you, what do? We solve problems, right? Well, I solve problems. And when I solve those problems, I want to share them with you. The solving part, not necessarily all the problems, but the solving part. I've had a lot of fun, and I think that's really transparent through the video. I try to make sure that whatever I do in life, that it's, especially if it's something that I'm doing off just for the fun of it, I try to make sure, and you know what, it speaks for itself. I'm gonna zip it.